Yep, it's a weird time of year. I mean, the whole year's just been kind of weird. We got shit coins and shitcoin enthusiasts backing up fucking Ripple of all fucking things. Um, Ethereum has become like a bazillion times more centralized. And of course, mining with Bitcoin has got to be the most green and most economic positive thing you could possibly fucking do. Well, let's dig in. Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, all you happy hashers out there? Yep, still in a fucking mining bear market. Yeah, fucking profits are fucking dismal at best. But I believe we are starting to get closer to the end of the tunnel on the zero profitability for everyone, including myself. Trying to start a business in a bear market. Yo, that is what's up, right, guys? While you guys are sliding on in here, definitely don't forget to smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe, hit bell notifications, share this out with your favorite social media, guys. Yo, helps me grow the channel. To all of you awesome hashers out there, that is what's up. So, let's go ahead and dig into some of today's tidbits. Yo, this is pretty cool. DDR5 with 8,000 mega transfers per second, guys. That is kind of huge. I don't know why. That's like quite like that. There. I don't know why they have a Walgreens ad right on top of the article here. But this was in accordance with XMP memory. Standard DDR5 memory that they were using with the modules were 8,333 mega transfers per second and overclocked to 9,300 with air cooling. That is like pretty spectacular, guys. I mean, you can sit there and see how, where they were running everything at frequency wise. I think this was in the stock configuration, 4,000 mega transfers per second. Aurora's Master Z790 motherboard, Raptor Lake Intel Core i9 Raptor Lake CPU. And then here was them starting to lean on it a little bit. Let's see here. Nope, that wasn't it. Trying to, I forget which one it had that had it at its max. 8,332 mega transfers per second, guys. Bam, look at that. So I mean, like they are pushing the upper end limits on these RAM. Now, what does this mean for anybody like normal people? So if you are mining a CPU coin that has a RAM allocation, kind of like let's take for instance Monero, right? So Monero requires you to have 3 gigabytes of RAM, right? So with that being said, core clocking and RAM relationship kind of go a little hand in hand. So the more mega transfers you can get from your from your RAM, your CPU will actually start performing a little bit better. You can overclock the snot out of your CPU and still kind of be somewhat bottlenecked with your RAM if your RAM's not up to snuff to be able to hit those upper core clocks. Like the core clock will let you do it, the workload will be there, but the transfer from memory to core will be a little slower, and that will take off a little bit of performance. Not huge, but whenever you're looking at it in today's dismal. Yeah, you are being weird out there. But with the way that the dismal profits are for mining, if you're going down this route, you're going to want to have the best RAM out there. Now, with that being said, Intel's not the way to fucking mine though. So you're kind of like, waiting for AMD to be able to hit those upper mega transfers per second. They'll get there, but Intel has always kind of been that one that breaches the numbers. But mining wise, fucking Intel sucks. Yo, what up, MC? What's up? What's up? What's up? But with the for mining wise with GPUs, does this make any difference to you? Absolutely not. You don't need to go grab the best RAM out there, the best CPU out there in order to fucking mine. All you got to do is have the core has to handle the PCIe lanes. So the better your core, or better your CPU itself, the more PCIe lanes that you're going to have allocated, the more data that you can put through it. And having a motherboard that's going to allow as many inputs as possible. Now, the input side isn't the factor though. I can get all I have to do is have two. So any motherboard that can support 2 GPUs can be mined on. All you have to do is get a U-bit 4-way splitter. You're good to go. Now, with that being said, now you're back to the CPU and RAM allocation here. I typically run a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM with a 8-card rig with a 4-core processor CPU. That is the sweet spot. Now, there has always been that debate that you should have 1 gigabyte of RAM per GPU allocation for optimized rig stability. I've tested it both ways. I don't see a huge difference one way or the other. I see a better performance difference by putting a processor into dual channel mode on there versus just single channel mode. So you just kind of unlock more potential out of the CPU, handles better data pathways. So typically, when you're doing that, you're going to get an 8 gigabyte RAM kit. That giving you 2 4 gigabyte RAM sticks is usually where people go. It's cheap as possible. So for mining wise, grabbing this stuff, unless you're trying to squeak out like like a trivial amount of performance from mining, you're not going to see enough of a difference, in my opinion, from this until mining software starts to optimize itself for utilizing faster hardware like that. Kind of like what we're seeing with a lot of these mining softwares for the GPU side. We're seeing a lot of them. Yo, what up? Did you miss anything good? No, we're just talking about some RAM right now with the new 8,000 mega transfer RAM. So I mean, like, you can overclock the snot out of this thing, get a little more performance, but it's just not worth it. You don't have enough returns to allocate the need for something like this. Now, if you're a gamer and you're a person who has 1,000 tabs open on your browser, RAM like this is going to benefit you. Outside of that, for mining wise, it's nothing that you need to go run out and grab. But again, when I was talking about the software side, now that we're starting to see dawn of the Doge, yo, Doge to $1, right? Ever since Papa Elon took over Twitter, right? Doge is pumping. Gotta wear a shirt that's got the pumpamentals. Oh, yes. But with the mining software for GPUs now being optimized, why are they being optimized? Because as mine in your return drops, because there's so much competition in the market with all this displaced hash rate. Even the software developers are now starting to feel it that, oh, they're not making enough coin now because it's taking us, me and you, longer to earn said coin, right? It's also meaning that their 1% is taking longer to get paid out. So, with that being said, if they want to sit there and continue to earn that same amount of coin, this is capitalism at its fucking finest. Profits just went down for them. Now these mining software are coming back to the drawing board going, yeah, how can we get more coin out of this? Because we need to make these GPUs now 5 times more effective. Otherwise, we're not going to earn shit. So that's why we're starting to see all of a sudden, there's all this performance left out on the table. It's performance that's always been there. And now they're incentivized because they're not making as much money. They're like, oh shit, man. If this keeps going like this, I'll have to get one of those jobs. So now they don't want to get a job. So now they're going to go back and go, hey, we're going to give you back that performance you're looking for. We're going to now try to give that to you. We kind of just threw these miners together. We know that they work. The GPUs are pretty badass, but we need to now tweak them. This is the stuff that you used to see way back. Whenever I talk to OG Bitcoiners, this is the shit that you used to hear them talking about doing, where one person would figure out how to tweak this, and it'd be like, hey, how did you hit 3 blocks today? I'm not telling you. It's that greedy miner. They were all sitting there taking the software and just kind of tweaking it and making it just a little bit more efficient, a little bit more efficient, a little bit more efficient. That's all it was. It's an efficiency game. So now we're starting to see the miners go back to doing that, going back to the old school stuff. EVR mining just started today. Yes. I don't know much about that. I heard about it. That's about all I know, MC, on the EVR mining. Oh, yeah. So we're going to be seeing a lot of these mining software developers, continue as profits are dismal. They're now incentivized to start doing all of the much needed updates that they've been kind of slacking on. Because in one hand, I get what they're doing. They don't want to sit there and rizzity wreck every network on there with the most efficient hardware possible, right? But at the same time, you're affecting other people's ability to mines to earn, right? So if your job is to make sure that I'm as most profitable as humanly possible, then you should be sitting there continuously working on it. And all this software should always be optimized no matter how you look at it. But that's just how I look at things when it comes down to that. Something interesting that I've been kind of like looking forward to, and I kind of like the look of the AMD GPUs here, guys. So it's like between the 4080s, this is actually pretty nice, and then you have the 7900s here. Oh, I kind of like this top one here. I like how the fans kind of look on there. This down here reminds me of like, stop me if I might be old and everything like that, but this reminds me of Team Rocket. Yeah. Pokemon crap, right? But this is like off of, it's like, this reminds me of that Team Rocket type of deal. But I do like the way that the top one looks. It's kind of got that, it gives me that car feel off of it. I get more of that cleaner lines off of it. You can kind of see how they carried out the accents through the fans, but that's just the looks. How does this fucker perform? Man, we'll have to wait until I can get my hands on one of these bad boys, but it should be damn fucking efficient. From what everything this thing looks like, you know, the 7900 XT, you're looking at 12,288 stream processors on their new lineup of the XTX line, and then you have the XT line. So I'm thinking that the XTX is going to be like, you know, NVIDIA's IT line, TI lineup, and you're going to have your TI versus non-TI. So your base model on the 7 now I wonder if they're going to have like a regular 7900. This way they're hitting 3 different pricing tier, you know, 3 different levels on the 7900. You have your standard bin, your overclock bin, and then your enthusiast bin. The enthusiast bin is going to be for your super overclockers. This is going to fall into your lineup of like AMD's variation of the Kingpin line, where these ones were they went through an extra binning process, and these are the top of the line of the top of the line. And then you'll have your 7900 and your 7900 XT. You know, just like how EVGA had the XE3, for the Win 3, and then you had the Kingpin edition. So EVGA was shelling out 3 different lineups on there. So it was just a standard, an overclocked bin, and then a super bin. So if this is the way that AMD is going to be going down the lineup, NVIDIA is going to actually have a sizable run for their money on this one. I'll be curious if it's going to be able to go surpass a 4090 Ti. We'll have to see. But what I do like about this is the fact that they are using a dual 8-pin to do so, guys. On their top line, a dual 8-pin. The standard for these dual 8 pins is good enough to run these cards still. We do not need to be utilizing the NVIDIA's melting plugs at this point in time until they figure out how to do the plug structure in a cleaner way. And granted, I understand these are adapters, but if not everybody else in the market is adapting to these adapters, then you are the odd man out at that point. So I hope that AMD sticks to this one. If they do switch over to that high volt connector at any point in time, I hope that they put more thought into how the cables are going to be put together. Granted, I understand that every cable has a bending radius on there that you can't go beyond, or you shouldn't go beyond, and it has so many connection cycles before the connector itself just wears, the plug adapter, you know, the plug itself wears out. I get all that, but until they sit there and they make it to where that high volt connector is a little bit more robust, I hope that nobody really goes out of their way to really utilizing it quite yet. Considering also that the power supply standards hasn't even switched over to wanting to utilize this, which is fine by me. I am a-okay. But I do like the look of this thing. We're going to be looking at on the XTX line, it's going to have a 384-bit bus on the memory. The XT line is going to have a 320-bit bus. Is that going to be a huge difference? It'll be a little bit. It'll be like, you know, you're probably looking at about a 5-ish% difference in performance wise in certain applications. In most other applications, you will not notice a difference. So if you are mining on something core intensive, you are not going to notice the difference between a 384-bit bus and a 320-bit bus. Now, if you go and put yourself onto Ethereum Classic with this card, you are definitely going to see a little bit of a difference. It's not going to be like, oh my god, it makes the 7900 XT garbage. It's just, you're going to see a little bit of a performance uptick, as you should, for the extra amount of money being spent. Now, without knowing the pricing on this, it's hard to sit there and justify the XTX, and for a small performance uptick over the XT lineup. If you are, hey, I've got an unlimited amount of money, I want to set up a mining rig on here, give me 8 of those XTXs. That's badass, and fuck you. No, just kidding. But I mean, it's like for normal people, it's like that are budget orientated, that don't have a lot of capital sitting around. You're going to be looking at the 7900 or the 7900 XT if you're going to go down this lineup. It's the most sensible way of doing things, right? This would be how I would be looking at it. Would be probably going after the 70. Myself would be looking for the 7800 XT. I find that the 7800 XT or the 70, well, it'll be the 7800 XT, and it'll probably be the 7700 XT will be that sweet spot in performance to price ratio, in my opinion. Now, everybody else's budget, your budget is going to be different than mine. My mining, the way that I mine is going to be different than the way that you mine. So that is fine. Everybody's going to make the best decision for themselves. So with that being said, though, the AMD lineup, as we all know, is going to be your more energy efficient for mining. AMD has always just been that more energy efficient overall. It's just a matter of price per hash. Does that aspect make sense? Now, during the bull market, it really didn't. Now that we are going into we are deep into a double bear market, people are now looking at the AMDs again because they're going, hey, I want to expand. I need to expand, but I'm not spending the insane amount of money on electricity in the process to find more hash rate. So AMD makes the most sense. And, I've been playing around with the 6600 XTs. Bro, that was a great price point for that particular card. Maybe the 7600 XT is going to be in that same the hash rate to price point on there. It might be that sweet spot once again. So definitely stay, kind of hold off on the AMD, moving away from the AMD lineup on here. I mean, you guys know that I'm looking more at the AMD than I am Nvidia at this point, just because, well, let's be real, Nvidia fucking hates us. Why are we giving them our money? I mean, be real. I know they do have good hash rates and they game pretty well. You guys make great arguments. What up, Sonia? I'm here, but I'm late. Watch this later. Want to know what? Let you know that I am here. Yo, thank you, my dude. We're, it's like the bandwidth on these, again, a lot of this stuff is just rumored specifications at this point. Until they're officially announced, we don't know shit. But to see the leaks on the look of what, the top of what they're doing here, I like it. I like it a lot. I do like, but I keep coming back. I love the look of this. This is just sensual, man. I'm just saying. And then if you guys are looking at the NVIDIA lineup on here, guys, here is it, the 4080 coming out $1199. That will be the PNYs. We're going to be looking at that about $1199 to $1,500 on the 3080s. The 4080s. Blah, blah, blah. So kind of have to see if any of these are even fucking worth it. Now these are in euros, so don't the euros is a little bit more than what we pay, okay? By a lot. We're going to be looking at between $1,200 and $1,600 for a 4080. Seems to be NVIDIA's new price gouging. Thank you, NVIDIA, for the graciousness of allowing us to pay overpriced on GPUs. So I mean, I'm a little salty on how NVIDIA is putting stuff out, but man, I do like that ROG Strix. That thing is one chunky bad boy on there. But with no Kingpin lineup, NVIDIA doesn't have any enthusiast line for extreme overclocking. They've killed off NVLink, so dual GPU mode, NVIDIA just got rid of. NVIDIA is no longer doing dual GPU mode. I wonder how this is going to react to the rest of the overclocking community. Was this NVIDIA just going, oh shit, did I do that? I'm serious. I am serious. So, I mean, it's like with AMD kind of looking like if they come out with an enthusiast lineup, which I hope that XTX line is the enthusiast line that is for the extreme overclockers, because AMD does its bridging mode through the motherboard. They don't do it through NVLink like NVIDIA did. NVIDIA had a special link to go in between them for the extreme overclocking. Now, does this mean anything for us as a miner? Them getting rid of NVLink? Oh hell no! There's no miner out there that'll utilize the GPUs in NVLink. You have to unplug that in order to get both GPUs to mine anyway. I don't know if it's just an issue with the dual call out and the shared properties between the two GPUs that messes up the miners. Same thing with AMD. If you're trying to do the bridging through the board, it does not work with the miners. There is something with how they're sharing the memory on there that really kind of fucks with it. But for the extreme overclocking, this absolutely works because you're sharing workloads, right? So if this is actually a time where if AMD does it right, they will take market domination at this point. I'm not talking like by leaps and bounds, like NVIDIA is gonna die off. No. I just mean that, they will dethrone NVIDIA and become the de facto standard for proper GPU, to how to make a proper GPU, and that a GPU that people ultimately want. So that's something that AMD really hasn't had, which was an enthusiast line. For the extreme overclockers, AMD knows full well that the overclocking community is there, and they know that their GPUs are utilized in the overclocking community. They should just give it to them. I mean, it's like, let AMD be the enthusiast line. And with them having the enthusiast line, it's like sitting there and GM having a bunch of Corvettes, but they sell mostly, let's say, they sell more Malibus than they do any other car. Well, they sell enough Malibus that they can produce the Corvette, and they can sit there and sell the Corvette at break even or just at a small profit margin, and not making a difference. Now they're able to sell basically the street legal race car and then the mom and pop grocery getter, right? The AMD should offer the same thing. If AMD does that, I think that they will take a market domination for a while. It will make NVIDIA and Intel kind of have to go back to the drawing board with how they're doing things versus pricing on everything. So I'm hoping that with the XTX lineup from AMD, that this is their answer to NVIDIA's 4090 Ti and will blow them out of the water for the first time. I would just enjoy to see this, that, you know, AMD is able to take a weakness and turn it into a strength. I mean, that's basically the ultimate goal of any business. You want to take what you're supposed to be good at and make it better. They already make a great product. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, their GPUs are good, but they just need to get up to the level of NVIDIA. They've always just kind of been like a half step to a full step behind. If they can do this, because tell you what, not too many people are looking for ray tracing. They want to get that DLSS upscaling for sure, just because it gives them a little bit more performance. But if AMD can do that, bro, now we got real competition in the market. And if AMD can do the same thing that NVIDIA does for less, AMD wins. So I'll be definitely enjoying seeing the landscape of how this goes. You know, it's like if they come out with their 7900 XT at $1,200. Sorry, but NVIDIA just fucking shot themselves in the foot. And I'm an AMD CPU fanboy. They're starting to win me over on the GPU side completely. We'll have to see how these all launch out here. And guys, if you guys aren't looking for a good laugh, here's one for you. How to earn passive income with. Yep, you read it. Ethereum. This is hilarious. This is the funniest shit ever. How to earn passive income with Ethereum. It's like passive income with Ethereum allows investors and traders to offset losses during periods of market volatility. Investors don't care about market volatility, so let me just put you in your place, Markle Deer from Cointelegraph. Investors don't care about volatility. Traders do. Specifically day traders. Those very same people who get rizzity wrecked by the end of the year, they're absolute broke. Day traders, swing traders, they are your... If they didn't have that, they'd be sitting in a fucking casino. Let's be real. So, now that we debunked the very first fucking sentence of what this guy wrote, you can just see how this article's already shaping up, right? It's like, and he goes in there in partway into this article, going, "What is Ethereum and how does it work?" Ethereum is a decentralized blockchain. Bro, even the fucking devs of Ethereum are going, "We're centralized as fuck now." This guy's a shitcoiner. 100%. That's kind of why I had to do this. I mean, like, this kind of blatant fucking shitcoinery needs to be called out. Ethereum is a centralized blockchain that runs on dumb contracts that are easily fucking obfuscated, and if the code is written improperly, which a lot of it is, a ton of fraud, third-party interference. Ethereum's native token, Ether, allows users to carry out several functions on the network, such as making transactions, staking, trading, storing NFTs, playing games, creating shit coins, creating rug pulls, creating scams, pyramid schemes, etc., etc., etc. It is a scam launchpad 90% of the time. Ethereum used the most decentralized consensus algorithm, which was proof of work, which rewarded all of us miners for our hardware and our capital to basically provide security, to a proof of stake where it was just people with zero knowledge of how technology works, and it was just people with money. So you traded off the grassroots people that brought your coin to where it is today for institutional investors. And guess what? The institutional investors took over 95% of the ecosystem, as was foretold by many, many other smarter people than myself. Sat there and stated that if it goes to proof of stake, institutional will take over. Now we have institutional taking over, and 95% of the blockchain is now censored. 100% censored. Tell me that you're a fucking failed shitcoin without telling me you're a failed shitcoin. They're already talking about forking the blockchain because of the massive centralization within proof of stake. And this is going to be this is something that people were trying to warn about for a long time, that going to proof of stake meant that you took it out of the hands of the many and put it into the hands of the few. Yeah, watch out, scammy YouTube channels. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's like in thinking that anything that has, if it touches Ethereum at this point, it's a centralized hot piece of garbage. I don't care what anybody wants to say. It's like, because of the fact that Ethereum themselves can sit there and on their validator network go, we don't like this application over there, and they stop processing any of the transactions coming off of that network. Your network's dead instantaneously. That is not decentralization. That means that you have a third party that you're praying and hoping does not victimize your blockchain. This should tell people to get the fuck off of Ethereum's blockchain, that it is garbage. And anybody that decides it's basically the Titanic, and it's fucking sinking. Yo, what up, big room? I missed you this morning, bud. I missed you this morning, bro. Man, I did a crazy, intense fucking workout this morning, big room. It was like I was giving myself like 30 seconds in between each one of my sets, and I was just fucking hitting it hard this morning. And I'm gonna do that same thing tomorrow. Cause, good God, man, after I got done, I fucking felt swole. All good, my man. All good. Better be there tomorrow. And that means you need to give me 10 push-ups for being late. It's like I'll try to catch the replay later. You got to give me 10 sauna push-ups. Hoot, hoot, hoot. It's like, I'll give you 20. Just overachieving. Yes! I love you, bro. Just remember to drink a lot of water. Stay hydrated, my friend. So, as this guy sits there and starts going through, he's like, how can you earn passive? He's like, most definitely. Yeah. How to make passive income crypto with Ethereum. His first thing, of course, is, hey, stake. Can you stake your coin so we have locked in value? Because once you stake it, you can't unstake it. We've basically stolen your money, and you have to wait until Shanghai to maybe, no guarantee that it's in the Shanghai update. Just that we would like to see it in the Shanghai update, right? But yeah, can you just go ahead and stake your coin so that my coin is worth more money than yours? Because you're gonna be you're basically somebody else's exit liquidity. Well, let's be fucking real with this one. He wants you to stake so that his coin goes up in value. More people that stake the more valuable this is. This is the exact definition of a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme is that in order for older investors to get paid, newer investors have to come in, because it takes the newer investors' money to pay out the older investors that have already been in. This is a Ponzi. It's like, it's a good thing I never got into Ethereum. That is true. So if you have around $50,000 to stake, again, rich boy game. Most regular people like me and you, if we have $1,000 by the end of the week, we're doing fucking good, right? I'm just fucking saying, dude. I'm a broke ass, dude, especially with trying to set up the Family Mine LLC, where you guys want to send all your equipment to. I have sunk every dime I have into this fucking business. I'm broke. I can't play this fucking $50,000 game. No fucking way. Nor would I want to, because that's $50,000 going one way, and that's into the pockets of the people who are smart enough not to stake. Anybody who doesn't stake are the smarter investors. Those people who stake are the dum-dums. Well, let's be real here. And anybody promoting staking at this point is just trying to find suckers to come in to pump the asset price of the coins they own that they are not staking themselves. I'll just state it like that. Now, if you have somebody that's stupid enough to be staking plus and trying to get more people to stake too, well, that's just the blind leading the blind. Let's just be real with that. That is straight up the blind leading the blind. Now you could sit there and gamble away on your on the applications that are built on top of Ethereum. I'm not even gonna call them fucking decentralized. The dApps. I'm not calling it that. They're just applications built upon Ethereum. You could sit there and do that and gamble. More than likely, you know, as they always say, when you go to the casino, house always wins. They have to allow 10% of the people to win so that the other 90% of the people think they have a chance. So with that being said, you're going to hear random people winning and winning hard that are fucking nobodies, and you're like, holy shit, dude. And now you have this fucking hopium, hits your dopamine receptor, and you start gambling. And everybody else is going cha-ching. The only other people that are making money after that point are the people who started the scam. Yo, what up, Kunda Bits? So, and then you can sit there and hodl, but hodling, that falls back into, if you're going to be an Ethereum hodler, you're going to want to get people to start staking. Why do you want Popo going past the house? But if you're going to sit there and hodl, you're going to try to get people to stake. Why are you going to try to get people to stake? Because that's going to artificially pump up the price of your Ethereum holdings. On top of that, Ethereum is just burning off more coin than they're generating now, which, yes, this makes them more deflationary than anything else, but now they've got a deflating problem. They will eventually burn tokens down to nothing. They will have to basically do another hard fork and slow the burn rate down, which means that they have to increase the transmission out to the validating stakeholders. So once they do that, all that coin that was being burned away from the miners is going to get given to the stakeholders. Watch. It's going to happen. And if that doesn't happen, they're going to put it into the Ethereum Foundation Fund, and it's going to be an ever-growing fucking fund for Ethereum. Ethereum gets really rich, becomes a security, and all that good stuff, right? And talking about security, that is a perfect segue into the next article, guys. Blockchain Association throws support behind Ripple and SEC duel. So now we have Charles Hoskins from Cardano, Blockchain Association. You're basically seeing all these shitcoins and shitcoin lovers come to the rescue of Ripple. Why? Why, you might ask, would all these places all these other projects be coming on to the support of XRP Ripple Labs in the battle of the Security and Exchange Commission's SEC? Well, this one is very simple. If they fucking come after fucking Brad Garlinghouse and XRP, which XRP is trying to be like the SWIFT system on the blockchain. If they come after them and shut them the fuck down, that means I would say probably about 99.9999% of all the other crypto shitcoins out there on the fucking market are now on the crosshair of the SEC, and they're gonna come down with a fucking boom. You've had Charles Hoskins try to go, hey, they're on the up and up and all this good stuff. Now you have Blockchain Association throwing up the same support. So a couple of years ago, SEC came out after Ripple. This is a normal proceeding, guys. That you'll see that. Them going through something like this. Court allegations from the SEC can take up to 10 to 15 years to get settled out. Okay? So with that being said, we're only 2 years in. You have a lot of these crypto companies. They don't understand how the SEC works. It is a very slow process. Anything that deals with government regulation is about as slow as molasses in the middle of winter. So it really doesn't move fast. So litigations tend to get, they get caught up in court for 10 years plus. If they're lucky, they'll be out of court in 9. And you have Charles Hoskins with Cardano trying to pressure the SEC to speeding up the process. That this is not good for crypto. It's like, no. It's not good for your fucking shitcoin holdings. It's not good for Ripple. And it's not good for all the other shitcoins out there, because if Ripple goes down for this, that means no other fucking coin out there fucking will pass the Howey test. And therefore it becomes an immediate security. And when it's an immediate security, you, me, and every other normie out there is not allowed to touch it in the United States. We will be banned from fucking trading in the shitcoin ecosystem. Some people might think that is a bad thing. Well, Bitcoin is not a security. Never has been and never will be. With that being said, all the other coins that are out there will not pass the Howey test. Period. Even Hex. You're not seeing Hex being traded publicly. You're not trying to see Hex, that fucking Ponzi scam fucking trying to get up onto the New York Stock Exchange. Because in order to do that, they'll be fucking looked at by the SEC. And bye-bye. SEC is going to start fucking coming. If XRP loses here, basically all the other exchanges here in the United States, the SEC is going to fucking come down on them. And you're going to watch all of them one by one fucking delist every fucking shitcoin out there. All that you'll be able to touch really will be fucking Doge, Litecoin, and fucking Bitcoin, dude. And Monero. But I doubt that any of the exchanges will list Monero. Yo, what up, mine and Huddle? Yo, just got done with the gym and breakfast. Aloha to you too, my dude. Yo, what up, Crypto Badale? F-R. What up, Golden Wolf? What up? So, I mean, like, with with the way that all these other shitcoins and shitcoin enthusiasts coming to the rescue of a fallen fucking shitcoin, one that has been heavily manipulated early on in its life, XRP. This fucking thing needs to just roll over and fucking die already. It is going to be listed as a fucking security. SEC is probably going to sit there and find the fucking shit out of Brad Garlinghouse and SEC. And XRP. So I don't see that, any good outcome for XRP, even with Cardano and a blockchain association coming out in support of this. Blockchain Association is a shitcoin group, who's got major ties in with, shitcoins and not Bitcoin. They're rooting for shitcoins to take over as number one, because they're mostly anti-Bitcoin. If they were anti-shitcoins and anti-scams, they would just be the Bitcoin Association. Period. It's like, Doge at 12 cents. Doge to $1, right? Is that what that is? That going to be is that going to trend again? Should we just start trending that now? Hashtag Doge to $1. Should we just start trending that now? Just drop it in the chat. Hashtag Doge to $1. Drop it in the chat, guys. The trend was started here. Nobody else has said it yet. Doge to $1. Hashtag the kitchen sink. Let that sink in. Yo! Oh my gosh. Hey, maybe I might not get. I'll be let back onto the Twitter space. I got banned. I got banned for fucking typing in. Somebody should take these retards, drag them out into the middle of the street, and a Glock 17 will solve that. Talking about a news article, not anybody specifically on Twitterverse, talking about these people who were gluing their hands to fucking, trying to trying to vandalize priceless artworks. And I get banned for that. Perma-banned off of fucking Twitter space. I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't think it would be happening based upon an article. It's like, oh boy, bad boy, Elon will unban you. I know. Pain in the butt. I know. What up, rude? Hi. I know. Well, I'm such a horrible person, I hate people that are vandalizing shit and doing criminal activities. Good God, I'm a horrible person that I don't like people like that. It's like I like people doing, honest things and being nice to other people, and being decent human beings. Stop being criminals and vandalizing shit that's not yours. Kind of goes into that criminal activity thing, and there is no respect for criminals. Period. You want to be a criminal? Why should I respect you? You were doing your job and you got caught. You suck at your job. And all these climate activists, all they're trying to do is just get their 2 seconds of fame. I went to jail. It was so horrible. Yeah, how long were you in jail? 12 horrible hours. How did you get out? I had my rich daddy bail me out. Yeah, these are like little rich smug kids. Yep. but that's a whole different different thing. I can get on. I can get onto a whole bandwagon on that one, guys. Whole bandwagon. And happy Halloween, everybody. Of course. How can I possibly forget? Because we have Halloween-themed shit coins materialized to haunt the crypto Twitter. So all of the your Halloween-themed coins are, of course, surfacing back up. Just because, just like anytime we get around April 20th, all the pot-smoking fucking coins start getting real popular. Hell, fucking even pot stocks, dude, on the stock market fucking start pumping right around 420, dude. I wonder why, man. But yeah, we're seeing the crypto Halloween variation. I'm wondering if next month we will have any Thanksgiving stuff, and then going into Hanukkah and Christmas and Yule. So if you're Jewish, Christian, or pagan, are they going to have coins for that in December? Probably. I joke about it today, and it'll be there tomorrow. That's just how it's been lately. Fucking clown world. When Black Friday? Man, it's not Black Friday. It's gonna be fucking Black Friday month. It's gonna be it used to be a day, and then you had Black Friday and then Cyber Monday. Okay. And then it was Black Friday started the Monday before. So now the only thing that we can do is it's got to be Black Friday all month. Because it wouldn't be inclusive to do it on just one day or 1 week. We have to do it all month. It's stupid. I mean, just why don't you just go, hey, holiday shopping sale all month. Why does that have to be called Black Friday? Just make it all month. Hey, we're putting on all your favorite stuff, all your favorite shit on sale. Come get it. Consume, pigs. Right? I mean, that's pretty much what they want you to do. I know, they just turned so commercial. No, not too much to save. No real insane offers, just a big spending festival. Correct. Oh, hey, this t-shirt's on sale, but I needed to get a bike for my kid. That's not on sale. Ho, ho, ho. I need to get this GPU. Oh, you see, what's on sale are the cases for the Raspberry Pi. The fuck? Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Oh, you wanted a full-size tower? Well, that's not on sale. The micro tower, the micro cases and the mini ATX cases are what are on sale. It's pretty much going to be the things they can't get rid of. They're putting that garbage on sale. Everything else goes up in price. How do I know it goes up in price? I used to work at fucking retail. For every 2 things that I would put down in price, 4 other things went up in price. So by the time you walk out of there buying stuff for the holiday event, you've spent more money and didn't even realize it. You just want a motherboard to mount on a 4090. Oh, that's too funny. You just want to mount it. We need Bitcoin to go cheap on sale. 4090. I am the motherboard now. Yeah, exactly. It's like you buy a 4090 and you're like, well, that was my whole computer budget. We'll see how Christmas goes next year. You might get a computer. But by then, there'll be a new GPU. You ain't gonna afford that fucking thing. Nor will you be able to plug it into the wall. Ha ha! We don't have a 30 amp dedicated 240 volt outlet in the house. but we have a dryer. No. Like, all I want for Christmas is 1 Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin. Right? And to go along with, you know, the whole theme of today's episode, which is Bitcoin is the most responsible use of energy out there. Period. Why? Because this right here, Satoshi's other big legacy. Bitcoin is propelling a green energy revolution. We don't care about green energy. We're looking for the fucking cheapest power possible by any means necessary. You have wasted energy, I'll find it and I'll fucking use it. You got fucking power you are burning off like flare gas, I'll fucking put a generator on there. You charge me fucking 1 cent per whatever per pound. I'll turn that into fucking pure Bitcoin energy. I'm gonna capture every bit of energy that I can. No energy lost. Try to get down to a near 0% fucking emissions with mining. How are you doing that? By either getting as close to a hydro dam as humanly possible. Windmills and fucking solar, no. I don't care what anybody wants to fucking say. That shit doesn't fucking work. It might work for your house. Cool. It doesn't work for mining. If I were to sit there and fucking do that for a large-scale mining facility, let's back up here. Let's just go with a data center. Put a data center on fucking a solar array, right? Let's just pick on Amazon. If we were to put Amazon on pure solar and put all of their facilities in one location, and we put it in Denver, Colorado, right? The amount of solar panels it would take to run their facilities would cover half the fucking mountainside in front of Denver, Colorado. That's thousands of fucking solar panels. And we're not even fucking mining. We're talking about running machinery and charging some vehicles up. We're not even heavy hitting here. Let alone trying to do this for a data center. You know, a Bitcoin data center. Not gonna fucking work. Not gonna work. I don't care what anybody tries to sit there and, oh, we can do green. No. You can find stranded energy all day long. You can find wasted energy all day long. But the energy has to far exceed what your utilization is going to be. And windmills have too much upkeep. Those blades need to be changed out between, depending on the environment, between 2 to 10 years. And those blades are fucking big bucks, non-biodegradable, and non-recyclable. Solar panels do not hold up in a mining situation. One S9 board will be about 2 to 4 solar panels for one board. Those solar panels do not produce a lot of fucking power. Yes, the technology for them is getting better. Yes, I completely agree. But the fucking the output on them is still lacks the efficiency to be utilized in a mining facility. So therefore, you're looking at nuclear power, coal power, natural gas power, or hydropower are going to be your best generations of energy. They have the best bang for your buck. So at that point, you're just looking for, oh, look, hey, this big industry died off. The power company dedicated a lot of power to that building that's no longer being utilized. Well, let me go ahead and slide in here and allow that power company to bring themselves up to a higher capacity level, makes them way more profitable, and allows us to use energy and infrastructure that was already there as stranded energy. or if you're at a gas field, they have that, if they're looking for, if they're oil fracking or whatever, they're going to have natural gas flare off. We can utilize that power. And while we utilize that power, guys, that means that we can sit there and make very clean natural gas burning engines that are hooked up to power generators. And one flare gas well can power up an insane amount of fucking Bitcoin ASICs at very little emission levels. A lot less emission levels than what they're doing right now, which is burning it off. Because for them to just release it in the atmosphere, that's worse than them burning it. And what we can do with Bitcoin mining makes them even more efficient. And the emissions rate on that is less, and they can sit there and, these oil companies can make money on wasted energy. All they're doing is going flick, and that thing lights. Well, let me put that fucking shit to use. Let me pipe that into a fucking natural gas fucking engine. Let's make a co-partnership. So if anybody out there knows any oil companies that are doing flare gassing, please put them in touch with me. I would love to fucking do something with them immediately. Every time I see flare gas just fucking being burned, I'm like, oh my God, look at all that fucking wasted energy. You have all these green energy people, and they're not having a fucking conniption fit over this. No, they're fucking having conniption fits over fucking old ass paintings because somebody uses a fucking truck to get them their goods. But that is what it is at that point, guys. But it's like as time goes on, Bitcoin will become more and more and more efficient. Because that, at the end of the day, that's the name of the game, is efficiency. We're going to be greedy as fucking miners, and as a greedy miner, we want to have the best hash rate for the lowest amount of power utilized. If we are already making our equipment power dense and efficient, then we just need to make the electricity generation just as efficient as Bitcoin mining. This way, we're not sitting here trying to be the power generators. We're just trying to tap into what's already there for the least amount of capital. Yo, what up, John Germain? Dropping those F's. So, has anybody got any comments or questions at this point? This part of the conversation is for you guys, for you to be able to pick my brain if you'd like to. Otherwise, I'm going to take off. If you got no comments or questions, definitely while you're thinking of some comments and questions, smash that lizardy like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff, guys. Woo. And thank you everybody who's showing up, guys. How many solar panels will it take to power a Raspberry Pi Krypton miner? A Raspberry Pi will utilize about 5 watts. So with that being said, if you're just running one Pi, then pretty much one of those tailgating things that you can utilize to charge up your battery will be good enough for this. Put in a fucking really small inverter onto it, stick that out into the sun, and happy mining. You can even put, if you want to go for the extra mile, you can put a battery on there and have it charge up a battery so it runs even during the nighttime. It's only 5 watts on a Raspberry Pi. Like, there are no questions. Seems like you are good to go, my man. Yo! So, guys, we are... it's like Nemesis, I was trolling you with that question. Man, I'll seriously answer it, dude. Hey man, there might be somebody out there. Your weird question could be something that somebody else was like thinking about doing, and I might have just helped them. You know, I'm just saying. You can sit there and go to Harbor Freight and they got those like little fucking tailgating fucking solar panels, dude. Yeah, you can sit there and I mean, depending on the wattage, depending on the miner, you can mine and go. I'm just saying. Is it worth it? Probably not. Is it fun? Fuck yeah. It's got the, as John Germain is saying, the FA factor, cause it's fucking awesome. So thank you everybody for being here, all that good stuff. Like I always say, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. It's like, hey, chump change, skipped the inverter and went DC to DC. Ooh, I wouldn't have done that. You don't get any gains from it, and fucking, you're like getting rid of like any kind of protection you might have. Yeah, I would still run an inverter just so that I had the protection level behind everything. That's just how I fucking roll, though. It's like, yeah, you might lose a little bit of energy in the process of it, but you gain a little bit of safety on your equipment. I'm not saying you can't do it. That's like fucking a hooker without a condom. Just not gonna do it. That's just me. My risk tolerance is real small. I mean, all it takes for him is one of those panels to fucking just spike for a moment, and it could fucking train wreck one of the ASIC chips on his Doge miner. No, I'm not going down that rabbit hole of solar panel mining. I'd be able to run my A2000 like that under 200 watts, sure. The rest of what I got, and I don't want to sit there and test out and fucking potentially damage equipment. Not so much if I'm running it through inverters and bringing it that way. But if I start testing my theory of, if you go DC to DC, you take away any kind of, you take away a lot of the safety mechanisms in your electric setup. To go DC to DC, what you're gaining is full potential output with as little power loss through inverters, right? But you're giving up safety. That's like fucking believing in shit coins. You're getting all the usability off of it with no security. So I know what panels can do. I've done a lot of the running of the numbers, and for the scale that I'm at, it makes no sense. Even with what I have left in the room, I'm still running a few thousand watts. I mean, think about how many watts a solar panel actually outputs on the large panels. You're not talking about a whole lot of power, guys. And I know that some of the panels are getting better with regulating some of the power spiking output off of there, but I've seen good setups, I've seen bad setups. I would think that Chump Change would have done his homework very well and would have gotten the best equipment that he can buy. I hope he did. I fucking hope he did. Like this week, I've banked solar all week. Nice, nice, nice. That is cool, John. You've made, yeah, I know what you meant on that one. You've made more than you've used. Yeah, I use too much here. I have way too much equipment still at the house. I mean, shit, just in my 2 lights here alone, this is 1200. I'm running. These are 250 watt bulbs here. So here's 500 watts right here. My computer, that's another 300 watts. I've got another 4,000 watts in the mining room. So I'm almost 10,000 watts just in my equipment alone. I mean, it's like, I don't want to fucking put that many panels up on my property to fucking offset that. And then plus I've got my wife's kid. He's got a bunch of TVs in the back of the house. He's got his computer that he runs all the time. He's a streamer, fucking he does stuff. And then we've got a 1200 watt microwave that'll turn on and off periodically. Yeah, it's if I had just one mining rig and they were all efficient cards, cool. But I got 3090s and 3080s. That is about as inefficient of GPUs as you could fucking possibly get running here at the house. And I don't care how much you try to undervolt a 3080 or a 3090. It's going to typically utilize more power than what it's supposed to. And then if you're on solar, you start producing little spikes, basically. And your spikes are not being transmitted always from the panels themselves, but from equipment going on, off. And you're seeing dips in the power usage and then spike back up. Sensitive equipment might not always like that. Nice. Getting between 4,000 and 5,000 watt uses. Like, it's like nobody really wants 3080s and 3090s no more. Exactly, Bedell. It's like the harmonics. Yeah, exactly. Power ripple, the frequency at which power will respond. Yeah, exactly. And you can sit there and look at it as harmonics on it. But I mean, just in my equipment alone, I mean, I'm fucking 10,000 watts just on my equipment. I'll just keep looking for the cheapest power possible. Because, like, I know with what I'm running, I'll also burn out power panels. A lot of people don't look at, they can only go through so many cycles of power generation. The closer you are to the equator, the less life you get on them because they get hit with they get sunbaked really bad. And for me mining at the level of which I'm mining at, you're probably looking at, I'd be burning out at least one solar panel per year would get burnt out on me. I know a few other people that are running 70 to 80 GPUs at their house with a bunch of solar panels, and they go through about 2 solar panels per year. Oh yeah, Jason, the electric company loves me. NVIDIA getting punked now. Snail trails in the glass panels. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, too funny, John. All right, well, it's been over an hour, guys. Been almost an hour and 20 minutes, guys. Thank you so much for being here and all that good stuff. And I will definitely see all of you guys in the morning, pumping some of that iron again. get a nice intense workout. Pretty much I've been like recovering from all of this stuff pretty quickly. I'm actually kind of surprised at, I mean, I feel a little bit still in my chest and a little bit in my back. But I actually been feeling pretty good about this. Like, I'm not like overly sore. It's like when Eve went to the POS, I lost my electric bill. It's like, what electric bill? I turned all the rigs off. Everything's not profitable. It's more profitable not to mine. Ain't that about a bitch? Here I am. I can't fucking stop mining because if I do, then my power rate goes. Trying to get my load average up. This month will be the last month that my load average is not high enough. And then once that happens, as soon as that happens, we'll start getting all of you guys into the fucking facility. So definitely stay tuned for all that good stuff. It'll either be this month or for sure by next month. We'll be starting to bring in all the VIP people first, and then we'll be opening up the doors very quickly to all of the public. So if you want to get down with the mining at the facility, definitely stay tuned. It will be happening pretty quick here, guys. Like I said, I am hoping this month is the month that our electric bill drops down to what I need it to be. And then we can move forward, guys. And with that being said, peace out. And of course, stay savage. Yeah.